Hey astronauts, Robby here. Gonna show you some of my rig and let you guys see how we make all those really cool sounds. Let's get started. All right, here is the brain of my guitar rig. Kind of go over everything piece by piece and let you know how I'm running it. So up top here, that is just my Shure wireless in-ear monitor system. You can see I've got it hooked up to a P16 right there currently. Really nice unit, highly recommend. I'm a pretty big fan. Next in the rack, just running a simple power conditioner right here. Nothing too fancy with that. But next is kind of what everything is centered around, and that is the Line 6 Helix. I can't say enough good things about this unit. I'm having a blast with it. I run it in a 4-cable method currently. Actually down here you can see right here is my Mesa Boogie. That is the Mark 535, and the settings that I have it on, I'll kind of go over the front of it here. Kind of a scooped EQ. I do run it, is that on the clean. On channel 1 is clean, and you can kind of see my general settings across the front there. And then channel 2 is what I do all of my lead stuff on, is the Mark II C+, and there is settings there, and nothing too crazy with that. Nice subtle gain to that Mark II C+, and I layer a couple of overdrives and stuff in there on the Helix. But how I interface the two, so I use 4-cable method, and then I use this right here, and that's the RJM mini amp gizmo, and it takes a MIDI signal from the Helix, runs into this, and then transforms that signal from the Helix MIDI into a proprietary cable that Mesa uses right there, and that basically lets me change the channels using the Helix on the Boogie. So I can control channel 1 and 2, and then it can actually turn the EQ on and off, and then you can change the solo volume on whatever channel you're selected onto. Really easy to use. I'm a big fan. Just kind of keeps the whole rig together. But actually, starting off on the signal chain, use the Line 6 Relay G90 for wireless guitar in. Vocals actually run through the Helix as well. You can kind of see there's what most of my patches are going to look like this. Always start off with volume, and then, you know, if I want to run a wah, overdrive. I love to run my phasers in front with the gain pedals instead of in the effects loop. And pitch stuff I'll run in front as well. And then you can see the loop right here. That's where it goes out to the Mark V, and then we'll actually go down here, and this is all stuff running through the effects loop. So that's delays, reverbs, and then I do have another volume patch that I run. And then you can see here I've got an input gate put on just to kind of keep down on the noise. I'm so impressed with this unit. It's so simple to set up and use, and it's a lot of fun. I do have multiple patches for each of my guitars, and we'll kind of go over those in a minute. Running out of the Boogie though, I've got another Mesa Boogie cab, the dual rectifier 2x12 cab. It's currently in an ISO box backstage. I love that thing too, super beefy and punchy. but you can kind of tell what kind of sound I'm going for just from looking at this. You know, I'm not running an AC30 or you know, a Fender, anything like that. I enjoy my modern tones for sure. But I'll bring you over to the board. Say hi, Lily. Hi. All right. So over here's the board. There's kind of what it all looks like right there. You got the Helix control for the rack, and it is set up into bank mode. You can see I've built patches for, usually 2 patches for each of my guitars, and then turns over. Now I've got them all set up. They all sound a little different. Like my Luke channel here, I've got it set up with a tube screamer, a nice big hall reverb, and then some simple delay. But then I've got this is an octave pitch, and then I have an octave reverb too that I use a lot. But yeah, nothing wildly crazy. I will kind of go through.
Why are you showing me all his stuff?
I will go through. So volume pedal right here. The other 2 expression pedals over here. This I set up for dual purpose. It has a button inside that will turn on wah, and then also when I use the whammy right there, it automatically turns this on to control the whammy. So kind of multi-purpose there. And that's Mission Engineering for line 6, and it's specifically for the Helix. This right here is the Dunlop Mini Volume Expression. Actually, the only thing I use this for is wet dry mix on the vocals. I kind of ran out of buttons because of my guitar effects on the control here. So this is basically all the way up means that the effects are all the way on, and I run just a little bit of reverb and delay. It's about 30% on each, but then that's all the way off with the dry vocals still going through. I also use tube preamp for the vocals. This guy right here is a page turner for iPad for sheet music, really handy. And then everyone has an Altoids 10 full of guitar picks. I think PJ has like 3 or 4 of them. He drops picks a lot. But these are what I use. Jazz 3s. I really love the Tortex stuff. These are my guitar picks right here. They're kind of a jumbo Jazz 3, 0.88 millimeter thick. Been using them for a long time. I'm a big fan. The board, it's a Gator board. They come in multiple colors, and I love green, if you can't tell. That's pretty much it. If you guys want, I can post some of my patches with 4-cable method for the Helix. Although you would have to really, they're tailored for the Mark V 35. You can kind of see how I'm doing the vocal stuff here. Got a compressor, the preamp, delay, and reverb. So there's a lot happening. It's a lot of fun, and it's always changing too. So if you guys have any questions, just comment. You can always send us an email. I'd be more than happy to talk gear. I'll post another video with the guitars that I'm using and kind of go over some fun things with that. So that's my basic setup though. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to download Light the Night on iTunes. $9.95. Thanks. And there's PJ working on other guitar stuff. Bye, PJ. Bye.